The year is 1922. The place, the capital of the once mighty Ottoman Empire. A group of young men are plotting in secret, planning the demise of their sultan. Their target, the last Ottoman monarch, a figurehead with little real power. The Sultan Mehmed VI. These men belonged to a secret society known as the Ernek Group, a society with a revolutionary agenda. Their plan: kidnap the Sultan and force him to abdicate, thus ending the 600-year-old reign of the Ottomans. A series of misguided reforms aimed at modernization had actually done more harm than good, alienating the traditional elites while failing to bring about meaningful change. But it was the internal contradictions, the rising nationalism, the disloyal military, the economic turmoil, and the decaying bureaucracy that truly undermined the empire. These internal pressures, often overlooked in narratives of the Ottoman decline, played a crucial role in shaping the empire's final years. To make matters worse, the gap between rich and poor was growing, leading to social unrest and instability. Their leader, a mysterious man named Mustafa Kemal, a man who would soon become a legend, the founder of modern Turkey, the Ottoman flag, symbol of centuries of rule, was replaced by the red crescent and star of the new nation. The old order had crumbled. A military officer of Ottoman descent and of mixed ethnicity, reflecting the changing realities of the empire, he sought to transform. The First World War had drained the empire's resources and manpower. When the war ended, victorious powers gathered at the peace conference in 1919. The fate of the Ottoman territories was decided without the Ottomans at the table. The forces that led to the Ottoman collapse were complex and intertwined. If you found this video insightful, please consider subscribing. Your support helps us continue sharing history's hidden stories. Thank you for watching. The contributions of external powers cannot be ignored. However, reducing the Ottoman downfall solely to external factors would be a historical oversimplification. The real story is one of an empire undermined by internal decay, consumed by its own contradictions. The empire was carved up, its assets seized, its people dispersed. This is a story about the fall of an empire, not just its fall, but the secrets behind its fall. While popular narratives often point fingers at external forces, attributing the Ottoman collapse to Western powers or military defeats, the real story is far more intricate. In fact, its decline was marked by a series of escalating crises that originated and grew from within the heart of the empire. Corruption and inefficiency were rampant, leading to widespread discontent among the populace. The military was no exception. In fact, the army's repeated defeats against external powers like Russia, Austria, and Italy further aggravated the situation. Military defeats bred a sense of humiliation and insubordination among the ranks, leading to mutinies and even coups. Remember, the Ottoman military wasn't just a fighting force, it was also a key instrument of the state. Its disloyalty threatened the very fabric of the empire. One of the first major issues was the rise of ethnic nationalism among the various groups within the vast Ottoman population. Over the centuries, the Ottomans had ruled over a diverse mix of peoples: Kurds, Arabs, Persians, and many others. But as the empire grew weaker, these groups started asserting their distinct identities. They began demanding more autonomy, and in some cases, outright independence. This growing sense of nationalism created a serious internal challenge for the empire. It's a story of an empire eaten away from within, undermined by its own internal contradictions. The Ottoman Empire, despite its long duration, wasn't immune to internal strife. Adding fuel to this fire was the state of the Ottoman bureaucracy. But perhaps the most potent internal threat was the empire's dire economic state. Despite earlier prosperity, the late Ottoman economy was in sharp decline. So here's the paradox. Externally, the Ottomans were under pressure from powerful forces like Russia, Britain, and France. By the early 20th century, the situation had become increasingly chaotic. Amidst this chaos, Mustafa Kemal and his followers, having successfully deposed the Sultan, declared the birth of a new Turkish republic in 1923. In the span of just a few years, the balance of power had dramatically shifted. As we reflect on the fall of the Ottoman Empire, let this be a lesson in understanding the fragility of even the mightiest of empires, and the importance of addressing internal issues before external threats.